Hello friends, I am Sharat Jadhav. Today I am going to teach or give the information about classification of settlements or types of rural settlements. Friends, you all know that shelter is the most important need of man. Man constructs the houses and develops the settlements to protect themselves against the vagaries of weather and to enjoy the social life. In fact, settlement is man's important step towards adapting himself to his physical environment. Then, classification of settlements or types of settlements. Settlements are numerous types and these may be classified on the basis of occupation as rural and urban. Settlements can also be classified by their types. So, we can classify them in four categories on the basis of nucleated and dispersed as well as their dominant occupation of a particular area. So, the major types of settlements are: first, compact or nucleated settlements; second, semi-compact or semi-nucleated settlements; then third, hamleted settlements; and fourth, dispersed settlements. So the settlements are classified into four major types, and they are compact or nucleated settlements, semi-compact or semi-nucleated settlements, hamleted settlements, and dispersed settlements. So the first, compact or nucleated settlements. A compact or nucleated rural settlements based on farming comprises houses, farm structure, and other buildings such as religious centers with the fields for grazing animals and growing crops surrounding the village buildings. The field must be accessible to the farmers and are located within a radius of 2 or 3 kilometers from the village structure and houses. Compact settlements are mostly found in the highly productive alluvial plains. The agriculture communities in the productive plains have settled firmly on the soil. In fact, the primitive prehistoric man had little control over the nature. For the cutting of forest and clearing of land by fire to develop fields, and he had to cooperate with others. Such a type of cooperation helped the development of compact settlements. In the productive alluvial region like Indo-Gangetic Plains, the Huangho Valley, the Valley of Nile, etc., compact settlements got established during the prehistoric period. These are some of the most densely populated regions of the world in which the nucleated or compact settlements dominate the landscape. In India, one more feature of these compact settlement is that they have high degree of segregation and differentiation of the upper and lower castes. Each, each caste is allotted its specific locality. The marketplace and shops are always near the center of the village. These new compact settlements are rectangular in shape with an open space where stand the mosque, gurudwara or temple and shops. The second, semi-compact or semi-nucleated settlements. Semi-compact or semi-nucleated settlement is a transitional phase of the growth of compact settlements. As the new technology is adopted and the population increase, the scattered settlements start taking the shape of semi-compact settlements. The reasons for emergence of semi-compact settlement in the semi-arid areas differ from the humid regions and the marginal productive lands to that of the highly fertile, intensively cultivated lands. Increase in population can cause village to grow and the number of houses increases. These houses start occupying the open spaces and lead to semi-compact settlements, which ultimately acquire the shape of nucleated or compact settlements. In east of Aravali's in the state of Rajasthan, in the hilly tracts of Madhya Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, Sikkim, in Sivalik and Valley of Brahmaputra, one observes numerous semi-compact settlements. Then third, hamleted settlements. In such villages, the entire territory exhibits hamlets spread within intervening fields, and the main center settlement is either conspicuously absent or has a feeble influence upon others. In such settlements, morphologically, diversity is rarely found. In some areas, hamlets in number cross the number of carts varying from 5 to 20. Clan and caste ties are loosened, but family ties become more strengthened. The sense of cohesion and unity expressed in all day-to-day behavior in compact settlements are absent in conspicuous. The visible concrete object or morphological details do not exist, that is streets, open space, community centers, schools, amenities, temples. Mostly such settlements are found either in later occupants or fertile soil tracts or due to tribal racial characteristics, that is in West Bengal, Eastern UP, Madhya Pradesh and coastal plain. And then fourth, dispersed settlements. Dispersed settlements are generally found in areas of extreme climate, hilly tracts, thick forest, grassland, over agriculture land, areas of extensive cultivations, and the areas where it is essential that the farmer should live on his agriculture or land rather than in distinct village or settlement. The steppe grassland of Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, east of rural are some of the interesting examples of dispersed settlements which came into existence in the late 19th century and early parts of the 20th century. They are found in tribal areas covering the central part of India, eastern and southern Rajasthan, Himalayan slope in India, farmstead of USA, and Manasa Tarai areas in India belongs to these groups. Here, dwelling belonging to one family or nucleus family occupy site situated in his cultivated field. The whole village territory throughout margins receive scattered dwellings. Individualism settlements of living freely, customs of marriage relations are conducted to such rural settlements. Private ownership of land and its occupants go side by side, but such isolated dwellings, lack of sense of neighborhood and communal interdependence. Modern society too is affected to follow suit due to availability of facilities, resources, security, and ambition to achieve one's aim individually. So, today we have seen that the major types of rural settlements. I hope that you like this video, and thank you for watching the video.